of difficult to not be able to go home when all the other students go home for Thanksgiving and for 7 days during Thanksgiving, and you're the only one who has to stay behind because you can't go home because your family is 7,000 miles across the ocean. Yeah, it's difficult that way. If I were to describe my experience in Waterloo in one word, it would be new. I lived in India for 12 years of my life, and I lived in Kuwait for the next 5, so I did my high school and everything in Kuwait, but everything before that was in India.
I'm Nigerian, so I didn't know that Waterloo was like a prestigious school and stuff, so like getting accepted was like really exciting.
Going to Waterloo, I was like, whoa, because everyone was like, oh, you're going to Waterloo, it's a hard school to get into, sure you know. And my auntie was like, don't worry, God will do it for you. And everybody else was like, good luck, eh? You know, only smart people get in there. And I'm just sitting there like, okay. And I got it, and everyone was like, oh, wow, I'm surprised. Congratulations. And I felt great, but I had a lot of anxiety because I wasn't really ready for university, and I didn't think I could succeed, especially not in this climate and weather and everything. So I was just like, I was kind of nervous, but I was super excited. So yeah, that was my experience.
Adjusting was kind of hard, but I had a good support system. My family was around at the time, like my first year, so it made everything really easy.
Well, I came alone, first of all, so I didn't have that support of my family moving with me. And I think the culture shock was something that I experienced, which was really weird. I didn't expect to have it, but the culture in Canada is definitely different from Kenya. So that was something I really was struggling with. And I'm an introvert, so it was really difficult to make friends also initially.
I'm a person who is, I would say, semi-outgoing, not particularly introverted, and I would try new things. So it was comparatively a little easier for me to adapt to this country because I would put myself out there and I'm ready to experience new things.
I was still in my shell and didn't want to break out and talk to people, so it was definitely really difficult. But once I joined a Christian club on campus, and once I started going to church, I had this little community, and yeah, that has been my support throughout my time here.
I get to go home during most of my breaks. So last spring I was back home with my family and we had a good time. But once in a while my family comes to Canada and we have a good time in Canada, which is what happened last Christmas. So my entire family came to Canada and we experienced snow together. It was very cold, but it was very good.
I haven't been home in 2 years, but I'm going home this Christmas, so I'm pretty excited.
We are 6 hours behind Nigeria, and when I'm waking up, my parents are like ready to end the day, and that's been hard. My little brothers are in boarding school, and I barely get to hear from them unless you're home, and my parents are always busy, and being 6 hours behind, it's just, I only talk to them during the weekends when I know that I can wake up super early so that I can catch them before they go to bed, kind of thing. So I only talk to them like once a week during the weekend, because that's all that I'm permitted to do with the time constraints.
Being in a different place, being away from home, being more independent, there's so many things I've learned, so I definitely value my experience here, and yeah, I'm sure that the future will be interesting as I figure out what I'm going to do and where I'll be.
So I am very limited in the options I have, but I'm investing so much more. And so I don't know if it's worth it. I can't tell you that I see it being worth it. I can't tell you that I don't see it being worth it. I don't know. I'm really just praying for the best. I don't know.
Definitely I'll take something away from this experience. It's like too early in the process to say what I'll take back exactly, but I know that so far I've learned a lot about myself, and yeah. And like so far I'm enjoying Canada, so I might return in the future, yeah.
What do you see your future being like? Do you think it was worth it coming here?
Rather than it'll be worth it, I have to make it worth it. And that's the way I see it.